How's everybody going this afternoon? It's 2 o'clock, Brizzy time, and let's go check out what Bitcoin has been doing. Yesterday we had that nice little dump to the downside for a 3.2% move. Just here, as you can see on this swing, we had a swing fail pattern through there, so that's something that we'll have a look at. Let's just put a little circle here where we want to check that out. Let's see what showed up. We're looking at probably a 1 hour swing fail pattern candle. Now we can see up here, we've also got a high which was rejected, it fell down. That was Friday last week. And just brought it down just to minimize a little bit. But just to put it in perspective, we're still in the upper half of this range. Still with daily high here. Daily liquidity grab there. As well as a daily liquidity grab up here. So there, installed. So that's what we're looking at on the top side. On the downside, on a daily, we've got a daily liquidity grab here, which is clearly the one that was touched. And what we've got, let's just, where is that? That was the daily liquidity grab that was grabbed. And we're also looking at one there. If we're to move further to the downside, we also have that one sitting at 65.60. And we've got another one down at 64,581. If we get down to there, we've got to realize that we do have an imbalance between there and there. So there is a chance that we may swoop. If we come down and we break through these daily liquidity pools points, then there is a chance that we may come down even further below 63. But let's just wait and see what happens there. If we do, I don't think it's going to be a straight line, but we also have to bear in mind that there's a bit of economic data coming out in America tomorrow morning, so that's something that will have to be watched. If we're going to look also, just jumping back here, we've got a daily liquidity grab there and liquidity structure there. So let's jump down into the hourlies. Oh, actually, while we're back on the dailies, let's just have a look and see what the awesome oscillator is doing. So as you can see, where it shows we've got equal highs here. Lower highs. There. Let's get rid of that text. So we're seeing lower highs there. And as well as on the semi-ergodic oscillator, we've got lower highs happening here. So this is sort of preempting the trend. So this is a divergence. So with equal highs, we've got lower highs, lower highs. So that leads me to think that we're in for a little bit more to the downside, which was sort of proved by the end of that candle on Friday. So maybe, yeah, Friday, Saturday was sort of more confirmation with that going on. Alright, let's just jump down into the 1 hour. Alright, as we can see, we've liquidated a candle there. Let's look at the liquidity grabs here. So we've got, what is that? High, 67.62. So that's a hourly liquidity grab. So it's not worth grabbing any of that because that's all built within that. Within that wick is liquidity. It's all that's all area for point of interest to go short. Now, moving on towards the area that we're looking at as we were to come down. We can see that we've come down, we've tapped it, we've rejected, we've had a single 0.91% down, 0.37% up, 0.43% up on top of that, with a liquidity grab of a wick, and we've moved up. So what that's done is it's basically mitigated that area, but it's mitigated some orders, but it's definitely left just there a liquidity zone where we can come down to grab that liquidity and move up. As you can see here, at the base of this wick, where we've obviously rejected, we've come down, we've grabbed some liquidity, and we've moved up further higher, ready to test this wick. Where we test this wick will allow us to prove that although we're in a downtrend, short-term downtrend, we've also created come down, come up, we've come down, come up. If should we break here, we'll end up with a higher high, with this being the lower high, higher low, higher high. If we don't, then we may grab here and then move down to test this liquidity down here. Otherwise, we'll move up higher. We should move up, break, and then go further, which is my current concept, my current thesis. So this is where we're looking at where we may take the next one, because we've come down, we've rejected, we've been met, and then we've fallen away. So above here is where we're looking at. Above here is where stops will be kept, because that's gone up, it's fallen away, people have set their stop losses, people are wanting it to come up so they can set their short orders to go further lower. And that's what we're kind of looking at. So, in this area, this is an interesting candle. So between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, we'll look at seeing where that closes. Does it reject? Or does it break through? Or will we have to wait for another candle to test? if we move down to have a look at our indicators, you can definitely see that we are, on the awesome oscillator, we are bullish, negative, ascending, decelerating. So that means that we are negative, we are below the line, below the zero line. We are bullish, so we are moving up. The moving averages are moving up. They are slowing. However, they are slowing. So that's something to bear in mind. We haven't got this acceleration that's going on here, because right here at this point, at that rejection, the rejection of that wick, that little liquidity grab of this, of these two highs, rejection, rejection, liquidity grab. We've moved further down. Rejection, moving away. If we look at the SMI, we've had the acceleration, and then we become negative, positive. We become bearish, but positive. Now we are bullish and positive, which is good. So with this, the break of this candle will help decide what our next path is. Is this area going to show a rejection and a further move down? Or is this going to be the doorway to higher prices where we break through? Let's just put a little. So what we've got a high 58664, 58822. All right, so we've got ourselves a little swing fail pattern. Let's just put a text swing fail candle, an SFC. Let's say that as a swing fail candle. Liquidity grab. All right. So that was our liquidity grab to move further down, but we've still got a lot of bullish sentiment. So we've got rejection. That's a nice rejection. So let's get rid of that. That's our idea. That's our concept. So let's wait and see what this candle does. Ethereum. Actually, also bearing in mind that our daily bias is still bearish. And that should we come up here, that sits us with a 5% rejection. Well, where's that candle go? Right. Pretty grab. Now we've also got here the liquidity grab, and we've got here as a liquidity grab, and here. Let's move that a bit higher. Alright, so there, that's what we're looking at. So in this instance, set a timer, an alert on that, and we'll set an alert on the one below. And that's the range we're looking at. We're going to move up and reject, or we're going to move down and reject. Or are we going to do both? Time will tell. This bullish sentiment makes me think that we're going to go higher. And the time of day. So we're 2:25 now. So it makes me think that we're going to go, we've just rejected, we've already come up and retested the liquidity grab, the previous liquidity grab, and maybe that was the liquidation to move to liquidation to move up to take the actual liquidity that's been left behind this entire move ahead of tomorrow's information. But we also got to bear in mind that everything has just slowed just through here. Alright, let's wait and see. That's where we're at.